Wow, does it feel good to be back in this camera. Like, my whole setup is back. We got a freaking light up here as well, although the lighting isn't as extravagant as it was back home. The lighting is here. The camera's back to normal. There's no random glitching out and going into extra space or anything. So the setup is literally back to what it used to be. The only thing, of course, is that my mic, you will still be hearing this sort of like fuzziness as it compensates for the fan of my laptop. Because it's either you hear the fan or you hear the fuzziness, and I think for a lot of people, they're okay with the fuzziness as long as it's not the fan, right? So yes, welcome folks. I apologize for the little bit of a lack of uploads the last few days. Just been a busy week overall, just catching up on a lot of assignments. So luckily this week is a lot easier, so I'm going to try to push through a lot of content. There's a lot of things I've filmed that's in the backlog that I need to just sit down and edit, so I'll have time for that this week. But today I wanted to really put emphasis on catching up on some Zero content from past months that I haven't been able to do for, 2 months basically. So today we're going to take a look at good old Gear Chronicle. Ooh, look at that, Chronojet popped up right on time, right on cue even. So we're going to take a look at the Time Leap deck from set 6, if I'm not mistaken. So this is from 2 sets ago, basically. And so, of course, Gears have received new support in Zero in JP, and the G-Zone here has expanded to 12 cards as well. But since I'm literally making this video for the global people, I'm going to stick to 8 G-Zone so you guys have an example of how the deck should look. And of course, just so it's overall accurate. So, with the Time Leap list, I've already said this in the tier list, the deck does have issues in closing out games. Well, not so much in closing out games, to get to the place where it needs to be to close out the game, right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it a little bit and just go over the deck together and everything. Hopefully the audio is also well balanced, I really hope. So essentially, when it comes to Gear Chronicle, the choices for the deck builds start at the starter. So there are 3 main starters, maybe even 4 if you count the Great Researcher. But one of them is Chronojet, which is good because it has, retire resist, and it also does fetch you stuff, but I think it gets better in the current set, in set 8, I think we're in right now, if I'm not mistaken. And then you also have the, of course, TikTok worker that now works when boosting, even like with rear attacks to rears. So that's also an option to get more time leaps. Or you play the Gearhawk, because this says, GB1, when your opponent's figure is put back to their deck by your card ability, he gets plus 5k, right? So getting the plus 5k is pretty huge, because that means you scale well enough on Fate Rider turns on your first strike turn in order to actually push your opponent to 5, which is where you want them to be in order to actually win games. Because if you can't push your opponent to 5, and then go into your time leap combos and all that stuff, I'm sorry, but it's going to be really hard to win. So I've chosen the Gearhawk. I've tested all the starters, and honestly, all of them are fine, but I just think that Gearhawk is the one that is going to get you the furthest, and so that's just my personal take on it, alright? So, then, of course, the build does change quite a bit, and of course the Grade 2s are quite malleable to what you want, and I think the G-Zone is also quite malleable to fit, the meta and what you're facing off against. So, starting off, where should we start? I mean, some stuff you guys already know, like Chronojet. I don't think you really need to go over him. Great Grade 3. We've also had Buddy for quite a bit now as well. And then, of course, some other cards like the Resist we've had for a bit. Of course, the Glimmer Breath has been here for a while, as well as the Gear Horse that we're running as a one-of. So I guess it's mostly focusing on the Timely package, or the Elite Four, as people like to call it. So the first member of the Elite Four is Mellum. She is a GB1 rearguard circle. When she attacks the Vanguard at the end, you can give her plus 4k. And if you did, she says at the end of the battle, she has to go back to the deck and you search your deck for Grade 0 and call it as Rest. So what are you calling as Rest? What kind of Grade 0 are you calling? Well, the second member of the Elite Four, which is the Orwatar. Orwatar says, GB1, when bound during your turn from rear, you can put this unit to the bottom of the deck, draw 2, and then put 1 card from your hand back to your deck as well. So this allows you to hit your PGs and all that kind of stuff easier. It also allows you to actually put triggers back, so you can put other stands back, draws back, heals back, all that kind of stuff. And just in general, it is a card that you can even use multiple times per turn if you do multiple time leaps. So it's a really, really good card. Only 2 is fine because you don't really have the sort of like space for more. Like, you just don't have the space, and like you generally hit it well enough, or like, consistently enough. If they both get damage, that sucks, but you also need to play Grade 3s for Stridefires, right? Then we have the third member of the Elite Four, and last member of the Elite Four, because the fourth member is TikTok worker who will not be here, which is the History Maker Dragon. So History Maker Dragon says, Time Leap on GB1, and Time Leap, of course, is a new keyword, I guess, for a lot of people, which says you bind one of your rear guards and search your deck for a card with grade +1 from it and call it to a, call it to a rear guard circle, and then at the end of the turn, the called unit goes back to the deck, and the bound unit gets called back to your field. So he says, when text the Vanguard combos 1, choose one of your other rear guards and Time Leap it. So the combo usually goes, you attack with Melem, who then searches out Urwatar. Urwatar just sits there, and then History Maker Time Leaps it, and then you basically Time Leap back into a Melem, and then you use Urwatar's ability to draw 2, and then you can attack with Melem again, and then Time Leap her again, or like use her to call another Urwatar, and then Time Leap Urwatar again to draw another 2, so you get the idea, right? And then our new stride here as well is the Metallica Phoenix. Now, I'd like to play 3, but we need to make space for one upheaval dragon. Sorry, I couldn't say it. We need space for one upheaval dragon because this is our only out to the Asha matchup, so we do definitely need it. But Metallica Phoenix says, Time Leap. When it attacks the Vanguard, if your heart is a Chronojet, count +1 and flip anything in G-Zone face up, and then choose one of your rear guards and Time Leap it. If you have a face up Metallica Phoenix in your G-Zone, then you countercharge 1. So I'm basically running 2 just in order to make it free. It was originally free in the TCG, but they added a Counterblast 1 cost to it, and the only way to not pay that Counterblast is to have another copy. So we usually flip it, just like a Persona flipper, but you don't have to. So if you're not playing against Asha and you don't mind paying the CB, then you can flip like the Upheaval or something like that. It's no big deal. But usually our first ride is going to be the Fate Rider, so do keep that in mind. So with that explanation out the way, let's get into some games. I'm not sure how it's going to go, because of course we are on set 8 meta in JP, and of course the the decks and the meta and everything is quite different from what it was back in set 6, but I'll do my best and hopefully can perform. We're playing against Altmile, which I suppose, sorry, I was listening to the line, which I suppose you guys have also, you should be seeing quite a lot of in Global, so this should be pretty accurate. Opening hand is also pretty good. We're going first, so that means like we kind of want to keep the grade 2s for potentially having to call down an intercept early. I think I'll just keep it. Honestly, we have some of the Elite 4 members to in hand. Having a Melem is really important, so optimally I'd like to draw into another grade 1. Okay, well, another Melem will do as well. That's right, the Melem. Call the starter to the side here, just like that. I'm not sure if the audio of the game is loud enough, so do let me know if that's the case or not. And it just freaking turned itself off for a second there too, I heard that. Hold on, why is it pitched up right now? Do you guys hear that? Why am I... Vocaloid Zero collab? Do you hear the Vocaloid Zero? Is my brain bugging? Or anyway, I guess let's listen to Vocaloid Zero for this game because it's too late for me to go back and try to fix it. We're gonna just swing, check nothing. Freaking Vocaloid Zero? How did this happen? I just clicked away from my, AirPlay software for 1 second. The sound died at first, and now it's Vocaloid. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna use the Cecilius to search for an Altmile. That's fine, go for it. And then swing. Alright. Nothing. So just a 1 damage exchange here and there. I'd like to call down an extra intercept here, just to kind of protect myself. And also the fact that here we have a second Chronojet in hand is good for Strike Power later on. These are really important, but the thing is, first Stride Royal is going to push me to 5, and I have 2 defensive cards. Calling down... So calling down an intercept here forces out a Blaster Blade Spirit, which is 1 CB less from a combo piece, but usually they don't really pay CB for the combo on first Stride. So maybe we should keep this for later, so we can have a really good push turn with a 21k column on the side here. I think I'll go for that. It's a bit risky, and especially if we don't check a heal here. It's a little sad. We get a stand in hand, which is not that bad actually. This means that we can basically we don't have to attack with the Melem first. We can make a column of Melem plus this, and then leap it immediately into a grade 1 that can then get power and swing it like a grade 3 rear or something. So let's see what my opponent does. Did my Zero stop being Nightcore? Sorry, I think I'd be calling it Vocaloid. I'm in Nightcore. Alright, goes into Gablade, as expected. I mean, this is kind of the go-to stride for this deck, above all else. Alright, Altmile skill. Gonna be calling down some good stuff. There are some new tools that my opponent doesn't need to be playing, so there's a grade 1 that counts as a grade 2 in your deck. that a lot of people are playing as a 4 of. And then, of course, there's Slayman, who is a very generic extender that, again, just raises the ceiling of this deck even more. Okay, my opponent might not be actually pushing me that hard. We get a PG in damage, which kinda sucks, but it's not too bad. Gonna use the crit, draw a card, and then this opens up 2 circles, which means that the on-call can call a Benizel, which can then call out something else, but... Damn, okay, my GG went away. Usually you also use Fate Rider, GG, and all that stuff, so... We can basically... We can leave the Orwatar, actually, into... I mean, it kind of depends how this turn goes, because we Stride, we bot deck one of the rears, we can bot deck both, we can put the Orwatar back into deck to search for a Melem, and then... Ooh, 2 PGs in damage, that's not good. I'm on 5 and 2 of my PGs are dead. It's not good! It's not good, I tell you! Alright, Starfighter Pound. That's good, but we kind of need the grade 1 space more so than the grade 3s. So let's try into Fate Rider here. Still not sure if this is too loud or not, and I'm gonna freaking, you know, Vocaloidify, Nightcoreify my 0 again. Alright, we can put the Twin Sword. I mean, they're both gonna go to bot deck here, and we're gonna make this booster really swole. So I'm thinking we use this to call out a Melem, and then we can swing her unboosted, and then make it... So, hold up, I'm thinking. Local man thinks for the first time in his life. Believe it. So I want to call this here, right? Because I want a time leap to draw cards, to draw my last PG in deck, I suppose. For now, let's just do this, put the Orwatar back. And then we only really have a choice of Melem right now, so we'll put the Melem here. We'll put the Melem here, and then I think we can call this here to bot deck. So we're going to basically do this, pay the cost, bot deck this so we have a swoller column there. That's good. And then we swap you around, and we call this out just to do some combos, just to draw some cards. We're going to use the Melem here. Use the Melem to call the Orwatar on the side. Gets a heal will not be effective though. That's fine, I don't mind. Alright, come on Orwatar, get in here. There we go. And then we're gonna swing. Luckily, History Maker doesn't need to be boosted for his ability, which is really cool because this means you can essentially... I can now attack with the Melem, make the Orwatar again. So this is very cool. We do this. Come on. Don't draw into the... Nah, I guess I'm actually fine with drawing into the heals. We have 2 left. I will keep it in hand because I think I'll need it for combo pieces. I hope the power isn't too high that I get just destroyed, but you know what I mean. So here, for example, if we check a stand trigger and we stand this History Maker, or we just check nothing, that's also great. So I was gonna say, if we were to check a stand there, the History Maker is an on attack. It doesn't have to be boosted, so it could have swung with the Melem again, called the Orwatar out again, and then History Makered again to draw more cards. So we pass on 3 defensives and 1 intercept, which to me tells me I'm probably dead because it's All-Mal, and it kills on second stride without fail. So let's find out. Yep, there's Tengen, the usual second stride. Alright, do your thing, buddy. Do your thing. Alright, incoming. Big power on the rears. So I guess, like, thing is, if I would have put up the second intercept instead of comboing and trying to draw cards, would it have been worth it? I'm not sure. I'm also not sure, like, was putting the Stridefighter back the right choice? Would putting the heal back into my 20+ card deck made it so that I would have checked it? Like, that's kind of what I'm asking myself here, and I feel like the answer is probably a no. Alright, Benizel, yep. I'm hoping maybe some of the early attacks are, like, lower than 26. Yeah, there's the freaking... Oh, the Blaster doesn't actually have CB. Oh, this could be livable. Yes! Okay, good. Wait, there's hope. I PG this Vanguard, and then he checks no triggers. Oh no, he gives +5k to the thing he calls. Never mind, he gives +5k to the thing he calls, which means it swings... Yeah, okay, with this it swings over the heal guard, so we are screwed in that aspect no matter what. Double draw, alright. So yeah, we would have needed another heal guard in order to protect ourselves. It'd be 35, so yeah, it would... No, 41, 40... No, I would have actually not had enough. 41 is a perfect number. Damn. Alright, well, we got clobbered by freaking freaking Altmal there by Altmal being Altmal and us not being Altmal and getting destroyed as a result. So let's try again. Let's go for another game and hopefully reach second stride because that was a pretty sad Fate Rider that did not amount to much. Damn, the loading times here in Japan, like to connect to a zero game, are so damn fast, it's crazy. Like I literally just like, boom, connect. Ooh, this might just be Gallop. Oh, going first again. Stop going first. Of course you want to go second. This is a super stride heavy deck. GG go. Stand Trigger also go. Stride Fodder will be a keep in case we don't draw Chronojet. We don't draw Chronojet. Alright, this is Gallop. We're in a bit of trouble. Like, that deck is scary. Okay, it looks like D-Robos, which can still be scary if we don't find any PGs. Which we do not have. We have quite the critical lack of PGs here, actually. In case you haven't noticed. So we're gonna ride up and hope things go okay. I'm gonna drink some juice. Give me a second. This is really good, by the way. Like, orange and mango juice. And it's like 15% juice. Like, so, like, they tell you, like, the amount of, like, not water that your drink is here, which is nice. So, I recommend this quite heavily, if my camera focuses on it. There we go, perfect. This is really good. It's very refreshing. It reminds me of, back in Europe, one of my favorite, like, drinks, is called Vit-Hit. Some of you might know this. If you live in Europe, especially live in, like, the UK and Ireland, Vit-Hit is a thing that is amazing. That's all you need to know. So this really tastes like the orange Vit-Hits. So that kind of brings me home a little bit. Okay, we drew Chronojet, which means, you know, the alarms are off. We don't have to worry as much. I'm just thinking I might overdraw, so I'm going to call this down here. And then I'm just going to swing here. I'm not running to pure... Like, this is such pure D-Robo that it's even running the D-Robo PGs. And, like, Great Dayusha. So it's a Legion build, I'm assuming, which is kind of scary. There's a Kaizard, and I'm assuming Goyusha is going to use its skill here. And I cannot stride either. Oh, wait, never mind. No need to use Goyusha. You can just Kaiser Greater, the Daikaiser out. And there was a PG there. Not a PG, there was a crit. Never gets old. Never gets old. I haven't seen this animation in a long time. Does not get old. Does not disappoint. Remember when we didn't have to pay for animations? And you could view them even if you didn't have the skin? Those were good times. Those were good times. But yeah, I've been really busy the last few days. Just kind of like commentary work, uni work, plus like trying to make some time for friends here as well. I'm going to be trying IRL streaming this week when I'm out and about in card shops. Can I stop damaging my freaking GG? That draw could have saved me last game. And it didn't. Because I couldn't see the GG. And it was GG for me. Ain't that sad? 1 like equals 1 prayer. Something tells me I need to just go ham on making grade 2s here so I don't die. Something tells me I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna choose to not die and just push with rears. I attacked in the wrong order. My brain is beyond human comprehension, in case you haven't noticed, by the way. My brain too big. My brain too big. Local man cannot attack with 16 first. I'm not gonna hit the trigger. Thank God. Thank God I did. The heal is huge. Thank you very much. My brain. Man cannot compute. Man cannot hit 16. Can only attack with the underpowered rear column. Okay. All's well that ends well. Misplay David will become Misplay Matthew. Alright, striding into Die Earth, I assume? Yes. Damn. Always looks beautiful. Die Earth is a very nice looking unit. I'm assuming here you call Dijet plus anything, and then you overcall that anything later on, or rest it for Laurel later on, or whatever the play is. But running straight up like full D-Robos is pretty interesting, and this is a crit too. Are all his grade 3s crits? This is a draw, no. Wait, didn't he? Hold up. Oh yeah, he put back the Great Daikaiser, right? Let me see the log. The log. It's a draw as well. Okay, it's only the Daikaiser Break Ride that he runs as a crit. I'm not sure if you really need both Break Ride and the freaking Legion Daikaiser. Like, I get the extra crit is cool, but do you really need that? I don't know. Okay. Use the unhit to draw. That's fine. And now we get to use our Chronojet to bot deck with Dijet and go into Fate Rider as usual. Business as usual, as they say. Alright. We go into Fate Rider here, we put back the Dijet. We do not put back the grade 3, that can stay. I don't mind it. Cannot seem to draw into my freaking grade 2, so we're gonna have to time leap our Melum in hand here. Into a History Maker. And pray my opponent doesn't hit a defensive, which is a tall order. Very, very, very tall order. I'm thinking also we just keep the Melum in the back here and swing with the 11. And then... we can swing that into rear, and then time leap the Ulratar, and then it can swing into... No, then it's only 7. God, wait. Yeah, that works out. It can swing Vanguard then. Okay, this works. We do this. Fate Rider, do your thing, buddy. Put you back. Search this out. Want a combo. Combo piece ready. Swing this here. Then swing this here. This way we don't risk not hitting. Although we risk, you know, doing 1 less damage, but it's not the end of the world. So we get to draw here. If we can hit the stand, that'd be pretty hot, honestly. But, you know, we'll see. Okay, it goes back to deck. We draw into another heal. I kind of want to put it back. No, my opponent's going to go to 4, so it's not really worth putting it back. I'll put the draw back. Because my opponent here gets pushed to 4, so already like shutting down our own heals. So it's not really worth it. We're going to swing here. If we hit double trigger, then that means the Melum hits. If not, then she doesn't. It's not the end of the world. Can I hit triggers? Do they exist in this deck of mine? Does not seem to be the case. Am I just dead again? I just died to PGs. I mean, I just died to the fact that I can't PG. But I guess the Legion's power might hit under 41? Maybe? Alright. Great That Geyser comes down. I'm a little bit worried. I'm slightly concerned for my well-being. And can a crit? Oh, yep. The world is real. I can't believe it. We live in a society. Alright. I'm slightly scared. Wait, he doesn't have enough in drop. He has to overcall. Let's go! Okay, cool. At least he had to overcall. Not great, though. We have a crit going back, and a heal going back. So I'm slightly concerned for my well-being again. That has not changed. So this breaks 30k. I think it's, what, 37? Do you get more power on attack or anything? No, I don't think you do. Alright. Just don't check triggers. Surely that's fine, right? We live! We live! Oh my god! Yo! Oh my god, I can combo! I can combo! Holy hell. Okay, wait, hold up. I don't have combo parts. I have a Melon, but I don't have any history makers now. Unless we draw into one. So I think we want to just go into this because it still makes an extra attack. So let's do that, I suppose. We have enough grade 1s on the board. Actually, no, we don't. We discard the Chronojet here and then call a grade 1 behind the Melon so that we can time leap that and still hit. So yeah, let's do that. I think this works. Whew. This was a risky and scary game. But, I mean, it's not over yet, right? We might just not pierce the defense, and it's gonna be sad. Okay, so we drew into the Urwatar, so I think we just hit with the Urwatar first, and then hit with the Metallica, which makes a Melum already, and then we just go from there, I guess, right? So we're gonna call this down, not use a skill. Don't do that. I'm gonna hit with this first, right? So we're gonna hit with this, swing, heal guard out. Then we're gonna hit with the Metallica, swing, Persona Flip, so we get the CB back. Because I feel like it's fine here. Find you out, make a Melum again. Alright. Let's see. This is gonna do something. Hopefully draw into good cards. Draw into PG, please. Drew into the History Maker a bit too late. That's the only sad thing. Alright, Melum. Nothing. And... nothing. PG. Okay, cool. Great. Fantastic. Alright, surely. Surely you don't have another heal guard in hand. Right? Ah! Fantastic. Quartish Knight. Oh. This hurts. Oh my lord, I couldn't draw into the PG. I have 0 heals. Ooh, 0 heals in deck. That's cool. Wait, he needs to hit a crit to kill me. Please just don't hit the crit. Please, God. Just don't hit the crit. Ooh, we're still alive. We're still somehow alive. I will take that. Okay, we have CB too, and a Stride Fodder. And combo parts. And a Ragnar Clock. Alright. I mean, hey. You know, if it works, right? If it works, it works. Ragnar Clock? What if I put everything back just to make my freaking Ragnar Clock Omega buff? Or like my Gear Hawk. Not to be confused with Gear. Filling the Mystic Word! Whoa, crazy! Epic high school quiz. So I think it's you that we want to push. Or is it? You will be the double PG restrict, right? So this way, we go Batorda! And then with this, we do bada bing, bada boom. That goes back. This gets power. This gets guard restrict. So this, I think, is the optimal play. Alright, PG's being checked. Nothing new here. Stand when it doesn't matter. That hurts. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, PG checked. Surely you're out of defensive options. Please God. You have one PG left. If even. I swear to God if you see it. I swear to God. Okay. All heals are out? All heals are out. We got it. Good shit. We done did it. It took a lot of praying. It took a lot of praying and a dash of copium here and there. But we done did it. You know what? That is a success in my books. It may be 1 AM over here in Japan. But you know what? A dub is a dub is a dub is a dub. I think that's a win for all of us here. Alright, so there you go. That was the Time Leap Deck Fight. Hopefully it was useful to you. I know this is very, very late, so I apologize for how delayed it's been, but I'm going to work hard to catch up on these Deck Fights a little bit. The only one I think remaining from this set is the Leaders, and I haven't played it at all. So let me know in the comments if you want that, or if you wish I would prioritize the things from the next set, because I've been playing a lot of Blade Master, and I've been playing a bit of Gurgrit here and there, and I need to start getting on like some of the clan events and other stuff that is still left in the back burner. So let me know in the comments if you'd prefer me to still look at the Leaders and try to make something out of them, or if you would rather I start focusing on the set 7 stuff, because of course there's only like 2 weeks left until that drops for you guys, so I think that would be pretty good too for majority of people. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, please do give it a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe, as we're getting closer and closer to the 50K over here. And also, if you want to support my content a little bit more, help me pay for rent, help me pay for, you know, the tools I use to make these videos, and all kinds of other upcoming projects as well, you can consider becoming a YouTube channel member. More information about that in, I think, the button below. Anyway, y'all, that's me for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.